Alright guys, let's just jump into this. I feel like a lot of people just don't understand what confidence is anymore, and I'm here to correct that. So how do we define confidence? Confidence is a trait of somebody who is very knowledgeable or prepared for a certain situation, given narrow or broad. Confidence is selective. It's not something that you just gain and all of a sudden you're confident in all areas. That's not healthy. That's called delusion. Let me give you an example. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Before I finished that sentence, everybody knew that I was going to say 2 there. Now let me ask you another question. How many fingers am I holding up? You might confidently say 2, but then you might realize you cannot see my other hand. So this is not something that you should be confident in with the knowledge that you cannot see my other hand. If you're confident in that, that's delusion. You have no idea what's going on underneath this table. Confidence is also something that can be obtained by being in a situation enough. Let's say I go up to the McDonald's cashier and I ask for some ketchup. A confident person knows that nothing wrong can happen there. They might give you a little bit of sass, but at the end of the day, the world goes on. This situation is a perfect example of how knowledge is not always enough, because there are some people that will overthink it, or they will second guess themselves going into something that they should be confident in just because they don't have the prior experience. Many people know that they are being irrational about stuff like asking for ketchup despite it not being a dangerous situation, but because they know it's not a rational situation, that means that they've got a rational thought process. They just need the experience to back it up. So if you have that issue, just go in there and do it. The only way to change that lack of experience is to get that experience, and eventually you'll just be able to ask for ketchup every single time and just slowly but surely work your way up, and it becomes a lot easier over time. You find the rational way of thinking and then you act on it. That'll reinforce confidence in your brain. It'll make you confident. Confidence is also not just social skills. It applies to everything. It is selective. A lot of people make excuses like, oh, if only I was just more confident, I could do this, or I wasn't going into that with any confidence. Let me just tell you something. That's not how confidence works. If you want to be confident in yourself, you need to know that you have the credentials to do whatever you're trying to accomplish. If you want to ask out that hot girl, you better know that you're worth it, and you better know that you've got nothing to lose walking into that situation. And you really got to feel it and know it. Sometimes that might have to come through experience, because that's a pretty hard situation to put yourself through. People like pickup artists are people that love themselves and know that they have nothing to lose. It's not just some situation where they walk up and they're like, oh yeah, I'm confident, I'm going to do it. If you do that, you're just going to crash and fall. If going into a situation you know that you've got nothing to lose and you've got a lot to learn from it, you should just go in with that and you'll feel a lot more comfortable. I also cannot reiterate this enough. Social skills are not confidence. They are two different things. If you are not a person with strong social skills, it is more healthy to accept the fact that you do not have good social skills than to try to fake it. Trying to convince yourself of something that isn't true is called being irrational. It's just going to make your mental health worse. Being irrational will only pull you further away from confidence. It will not give you confidence. The better solution is to address your social skills and to try to fix them rather than trying to cover it up with some kind of a mask. Any confidence that is not rooted in truth will fail and crumble if confronted with the truth, because then you've got nothing to stand on. You lost your entire foundation. Truth is important. You must tell the truth to yourself. That's the only way to become a confident person, is to know the truth and be confident in it. Because knowledge is the foundation of confidence, if you really know something, it's factual. You cannot break facts. That means you cannot break true confidence. If you are not basing stuff on facts, you're basing stuff on lies. That's irrational. You're living a lie. Living a lie just goes against good mental health. If you want to be confident in yourself, you should work on the traits that you are lacking. Your other option is to rationalize with yourself about why your flaws either don't exist or don't matter enough to worry about. It needs to be rational and truthful, though. Otherwise, when you're confronted with the truth, it's all just going to fall apart and it's going to fail, and you're going to go back to the way you were. If you compete in a sport or any given competitive activity, I've got an analogy for you. So let's say you're playing tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe is a solved game. You cannot lose in it if you know what's going on. So you should be confident that you should not lose. If you have never seen or played tic-tac-toe before, you will not be confident because you are not well prepared. Remember, confidence is all about preparation. The last thing that I really have to say is that confidence is something that comes as you grow. It's not something that you just quickly gain. Confidence will come in given areas the more you work on them. So just keep working and growing as a person. You will truly know that you're confident once you get put in situations and you are equally as comfortable performing in those situations as you are answering the question, what is 1 plus 1? If you are not comfortable, you're not doing it right. And that about wraps things up. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments down below. I'll answer them. See you guys later.